Hi everyone, my name is Josh Samuel, and I just want to talk to you about Theology Breakdown, which is an online ministry that I wanted to start, which is all about breaking down the transforming themes of theology in an accessible format. So it's all about discussing issues related to life, God, and the Bible. When I talk about theology and how much I love it, sometimes people get the impression that, well, you're an academic, you love education, you love studying. It's true, I did complete a PhD in theology, and I spent a lot of years on theology, but it's not necessarily about the academics. It's not just really because I just love, writing papers and writing tests and exams and assignments and quizzes. Really, it was because of the study of theology that we get to dive into issues related to theology, which is about God and His world. And so I've been really excited about theology, and that's why I was able to kind of pursue further studies, because it's about theology. And so that's why I really wanted to dive into Theology Breakdown here. I went to Bible college a number of years ago as a student, and I remember I was getting introduced to some new theological concepts from my professors in class and in books, and I got really excited about it. And to be honest, I wanted to read those big, hefty theological books. I wanted to dive into some of those controversial topics in my essays because I just love what we get to dive into when it comes to theology. And so, as I began to dive in deeper, sometimes I wondered, hey, I wish I was able to be introduced to some of this stuff maybe even earlier than attending a Bible college. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do through Theology Breakdown, is really to kind of introduce some theological concepts and people and more in books to those who may not be able to attend a Bible college or seminary. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there's a great place for Bible college and seminaries. In fact, I'm a professor. I teach Bible and theology at Master's College and Seminary in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. And that's a place, and other colleges and seminaries like it, gives you opportunity to really dive in deep and take time and spend time with people who've studied this more than we have. And so I encourage you to, if that's what God's called you to do, go. And if Master's College and Seminary is a place for you, hey, I'd love to meet you. Feel free to come out, and I'd love to connect about maybe being at our school. But with Theology Breakdown, I wanted to really introduce theological concepts, books, people, and more. Kind of really an introductory stuff that maybe you wouldn't be able to be exposed to because maybe you're in a different vocation. Maybe you studied something different, but now you're like, man, I wouldn't mind to be exposed to some of this stuff. That's what I really want to do with Theology Breakdown. So here's the thing, if you're interested in being updated on what I'm putting out with Theology Breakdown, I encourage you to kind of follow on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube or some other social media accounts associated with Theology Breakdown. I'd love to stay connected with you. And if you're interested, I'd encourage you to stay in communication here. Maybe you have a question, a theme or issue that you think needs to be addressed and you'd love for me to maybe tackle it. I might be able to, maybe. And if you like, feel free to direct message me. Maybe if it's something more personal in nature, feel free to direct message me. But you can also leave a comment below and just say, hey, Josh, would you be able to maybe address this concept, this theological issue? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hey, maybe the next episode of Theology Breakdown may have arose from your questions. So feel free to stay connected. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Much love.